Hello there. Now tonight I have two films here on DVD, and both of them star Tom Berenger. The two of his best films, I think anyway. And it's unfortunate, but neither of them have been released on Blu-ray. I'm not sure why. I would love to see them released on Blu-ray, because I'd certainly buy them straight away. As soon as they come out, I'd buy them, because I've been wanting to get a hold of these in HD for a while, these two films. And they're both very good films. And one of them is directed by Dennis Hopper. The other one is directed by Ridley Scott. And the first one I have here is called Someone to Watch Over Me. Like I say, it's directed by Ridley Scott. It was made in 1987. And it also stars Mimi Rogers. And it's about a cop who has to protect a woman who is witness to a brutal murder. He has to keep an eye on her, like overnight and stuff, and during, well, mainly on the night time. And he ends up like staying in her apartment overnight and stuff. And he's married with a child to Lorraine Bracco. And he basically starts having an affair with the woman he's looking after, because she's very attractive and everything, and she's got a boyfriend who's basically a waste of space. So he gets into all sorts of hot water because he feels guilty because he's cheating on his wife, and at the same time he's in love with this other woman who he's protecting from this killer, this brutal killer, who's played by Andreas Katsoulas. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that right. I can't even say pronouncing. God's sakes. He plays the bad guy in this, who's killed the guy that she's witnessed him killing. And it's unfortunate, but Andreas Katsoulas passed away a few years ago. I don't know if you all know that. He was also in The Fugitive with Harrison Ford. He played the guy with one arm, I think, in that. Who he was trying to track down and stuff. I think he was also in one of the Star Trek TV series. I think was it Deep Space Nine or something like that. Anyway, the film is very well shot, and there's lots of suspense in it. It's very well directed by Ridley Scott, and the lighting is very good in this film as well. Because as you all probably know, Ridley Scott made Alien, and he also made Blade Runner, which both films had great lighting. For anyone that notices things like that, because I certainly do. And this film is no exception. The lighting is very good on this film. It's very atmospheric. It's got a great atmosphere, this film. And I first saw this film when it first came out in the cinema in 1987. I went to see it at my local cinema in Newcastle upon Tyne at the Odeon in Pilgrim Street on screen 3 one afternoon. And for those of you that don't know, screen 3 in the Odeon was my favourite auditorium out of any cinema. But unfortunately that cinema got demolished. I made a video about that on here if you want to check it out. Anyway, back to the film. The film is highly worth watching. It's definitely worth checking out, and it's definitely worth getting a hold of on DVD. The transfer is a bit disappointing on this DVD, I must admit. It's got some like digital artifacts and stuff, because I watched it on the big screen, projected it big, and there was quite a few artifacts. I'm not sure if it's a dual layer disc. I don't think it is. You can usually tell if a DVD is dual layer by looking at the surface of the disc, this side. and sometimes, in most cases the disc is gold. That usually tells you it's a dual layer disc, so that means it's got twice the capacity of a single layer DVD on the disc, so the compression rate is far higher than on a single layer DVD. So if you want to check that out in future, if you're unsure, if you want to check out if a film is dual layer, it usually says on the back as well, but not always on the back of the case, but it's usually in very small print and it's hard to find. I'm not sure if this one says it or not. Oh yeah, it is dual layer. I'm surprised it's got artifacts. It says right at the bottom down there, I don't know if you can read it, right at the bottom there, dual layer format, and it usually tells you dual layer format may trigger a slight pause, because on some Blu-ray players, especially the older models, when the laser switches layers, changes layers, it sometimes pauses for a second or two while it changes to the next layer, refocuses. You see the laser refocuses onto the next layer of the DVD. So there you go. Anyway, so this film is it's a very good film, and the film opens with shots of New York from a helicopter in the dark. So you see like the Chrysler building and lots of skyscrapers all with all the lights on in the dark, and a very smooth panning shot of the buildings, through the buildings, very close by them. And the music playing over these titles is by Sting, singing "Someone to Watch Over Me," which I believe was originally sang by Roberta Flack, and I think that version's also on the film, maybe on the end titles, I forget now. But the performances in this film are very good, especially from Tom Berenger and Mimi Rogers. And the film's definitely worth picking up on DVD. You can get this quite cheap at the minute, but that could change if it goes out of print, because it might go out of print, because it was expensive a while ago, but the price seems to have dropped, especially on the second-hand copies. You can get it for just under £5 from Music Magpie at the minute on Amazon Marketplace. But the US import version, the Region 1 version, costs a bit more. It's over £12, I think, if you can get a hold of it, that is. So that's Someone to Watch Over Me, a good thriller by Ridley Scott. And I'll just show you a shot of the back cover there. And show you over here. And just get the sheen off it. Some nice couple of pictures there, well, 3 pictures in total. And there's no special features to speak of. The film only has Dolby Surround sound. It hasn't got 5.1, unfortunately. It hasn't been remixed into 5.1 for some reason. They do that with some films, but they don't do it with all films. I don't know why they didn't do it with this one, because it's got a good soundtrack that could lend to a good remix if they decided to do that, but they didn't, obviously. So anyway, that's Someone to Watch Over Me on DVD, and it's on Columbia TriStar label. The next film I have to talk about here, like I say, is another film that also stars Tom Berenger. And this one's a comedy. And it's called Chasers. And this is the US import version of the film. It's in one of those snapper cases with cardboard covers that you can't actually get anymore. They fold out like that. You can see that. And the disc sort of fits into this plastic bit here. The cover's actually made of cardboard. But anyone that's been collecting DVDs for a while know all about these type of covers. Anyway, this film is about a couple of Navy shore patrol officers who have to escort Erica Eleniak, if I can say it right, across country. I think she's transferring to another prison, from one prison to another. And it's supposed to be a routine transfer, but the kind of you don't realize that this woman is a bit of a handful in more ways than one, and she keeps trying to escape while they're trying to transfer her, take her across country to the other prison, and they get into all sorts of exploits and scrapes and stuff along the way where she keeps like escaping and stuff, and they didn't expect any of this. And there's some really funny moments in the film, especially when she's escaping and stuff and getting dressed up in different outfits to try and fool them and stuff. And the film was directed by Dennis Hopper, and he also has a part in the film. He pops up playing I think he's like a sex toy salesman. He travels around in his car selling sex toys out of a case in his trunk. And so there's some funny scenes with him. And the film is a very good watch. It's a really fun movie, very enjoyable. Especially the first 3/4 are extremely enjoyable. The last half isn't quite as enjoyable as the first half, I wouldn't say, but it's still a very good film. And the film it says it's got an all new Dolby Digital 5.1 soundtrack remastered for home theaters. Yeah, for home theaters. So I don't know if the film was originally in just Dolby Surround and now they've redone a 5.1 mix for it. It does kind of sound like that, but it doesn't really say. It doesn't go into detail what they mean there. But it's a really good film. You can pick this film up online, but it's not too cheap. I think it might be out of print, but you can still get it. Probably mainly second-hand copies or new copies. They are still available, but they don't make them anymore, if you know what I mean. So the price has gone up. The cheapest I've seen it for is around just over £16. But there's some sellers on Amazon selling it for over £40. So if you want to pick this up, the best price to look for is that £16 one. I've seen it on eBay for around £16, and I've also seen it on Amazon secondhand for £16 as well. And there's some scenes in this film. There's some romantic scenes with Erika Eleniak and this guy, which I believe he's called. Hang on a minute. Yeah, William McNamara. These two sort of form a relationship along the route to the, where they're trying to transfer her. And there's a sort of steamy scene involving these two with some handcuffs, which I believe makes this film even more popular than where it is already. I wouldn't say it was dead popular, but that's one of the reasons the price is high, I think, because of these scenes with Erika Eleniak getting some of her kit off and stuff in the handcuff scene. So if you like Erika Eleniak, and she's probably most famous for starring in Baywatch before she went into movies and stuff. It's definitely worth getting a hold of if you like her, because she gives a really good performance in the film, and she looks good throughout the film with her makeup and her hair and her outfits and everything. She looks very pretty and everything in the scenes. So yeah, that's Chasers, and this is a Region 1 version, so you will need a Region 1 or multi-region DVD player or Blu-ray player to play this disc if you're planning on picking it up. I wish I could talk properly, I tell you. Anyway, that's Chasers, directed by Dennis Hopper, on Region 1 DVD, and it's on the Warner Brothers label. And the picture transfer on this one is pretty good. It's a good transfer. I haven't watched it on the big screen yet, but I do plan on doing that sometime soon. In my cinema room upstairs, I plan on watching it up there at some point, because I've only watched it on the television so far, you see. So anyway, that's my brief reviews of Chasers and Someone to Watch Over Me. And I'll just show you the back cover. Some nice pictures on there. Some of these DVD covers have nicer covers than the Blu-rays because they don't have this stupid digital copy code plastered all over. You know, you just get the artwork and the bit of text and stuff on the DVDs mostly. And the special features and the credits of the film and everything along the bottom. And it does have scene access and stuff on here because a lot of Blu-rays don't even bother with scene access these days. I don't know what's going on there, like, unless it's because they're getting close to phasing out physical media, so that's starting to not bother so much with the regular features that you used to get on the discs and stuff, because they can't be bothered anymore. You never know. Anyway, I'd just like to thank you all for watching this video. And as usual, if you enjoyed the video, please can you give us a thumbs up. And also, if you didn't like it, please give us a thumbs down. And don't forget to subscribe if you're new to my channel. If you want to if you want to see more videos from me, you're not going to get them in the post or anything. And don't forget to hit the notification bell button, and you'll be notified when I upload new videos. So thanks very much for watching, everyone, and I'll see you on the next video. So bye for now.